Our recent survey of top executives indicated that almost 50% of the companies will use a hybrid work model in the second half of 2021. And roughly one-third said their company will require physical presence as a first priority. While the COVID-19 pandemic is far from over as a global public health and economic crisis, and with the Delta variant ravaging countries including India, economies and employers have been planning as if the worst is now behind the country. So where do business leaders stand on returning to the office? Employee productivity and employee health and wellness were the most often cited factors for developing post-COVID workforce plans. Real estate and technology costs were not the top factors. Most companies said they will not require employee vaccination. Companies are planning to head back to work and into offices, but they are still figuring out how many times a week and how many co-workers will share the in-person or physical presence. We believe that the hybrid work model is here to stay as a preferred mode of employment for the second half of 2021 at least. Employee health and wellness and employee productivity were described as the very important to work plans according to the survey. Those were followed by access to talent and aligning employees with the corporate mission. A small percentage of executives cited real estate costs as very important. Early on in the pandemic, many forecasts cited potential cost saving for employers as a motivating factor for hybrid office plans. But cost, whether real estate or technology, was not among the top factors cited by executives in this survey. As companies set post-COVID workforce plans, employee productivity has been a real priority. This phenomenon that we have seen in the last 12 months, which some experts call hyperproductivity gone wrong, is that we are working so much, we are substituting our commute times with more hours throughout the day, and eventually we hit a wall. We are stressed, we feel burned out, and we start to feel negative about our work, our teams, and our organization. For many employers, despite the stressors of COVID, they have experienced increase in engagement and productivity. Continuing to offer flexibility on a permanent basis is viewed as a way to sustain high levels of employee engagement and employee productivity. Concerns remain among top work experts over whether hybrid work models will succeed, with some arguing that hybrid can be worse than all remote. There also have been concerns that pandemic fatigue has hurt remote worker productivity, but employee productivity remains high across companies. Most companies will be adding remote-only positions regardless of exact workforce model. There is likely a mismatch between what employers are planning to offer and what employees expect when it comes to full-time remote working. Given the extremely competitive talent market and the heightened voluntary turnover that many employers are experiencing, it is imperative employers evaluate their plans and ensure they balance both the needs of their workforce with the needs of the business. There is also an employer-employee divide. Most executives say they value being able to work with others in person a lot. Only very few said they value it only a little or not at all. Various studies have shown consistent differences between leaders' perceptions of their employees' workplace preferences versus those of the employees themselves. Employees often place much higher value on flexibility, and that may continue to create some tension. A one-size-fits-all approach to hybrid will not work for the vast majority of organizations. The type of work performed by the employee is likely to drive the type of flexibility they are eligible to for going forward. Workers in retail, hospitality, or manufacturing, or even facility workers, for example, will not have a choice. But for the majority of employees who have worked remotely throughout the pandemic, they are likely to have the opportunity to continue working remotely dependent on their role, and how the essential issues like collaboration, relationship development, and networking are to their role and performance levels.